Welcome to Agronomy Moment. I'm your host, Wendell Cohen. We bring in people who agree with me, disagree with me, and above all, are not afraid to say it like it is.
All right, welcome here back to Agronomy Moment. Welcome back to Agronomy Moment. We are here, standing out here in our corn plot out here, and want to talk just a little bit about the weather we've had and some maybe our best guess type of things. And when we're looking at corn and nitrogen top dress and what we need from here on. And Celena is joining me here today. And I guess where I want to start out with is, Celena, is how do we estimate nitrogen loss with the rains we had, and how much have we lost, or how do we figure that out?
Yeah, so I think our main priority right now is probably going to be scouting. But to think about the fields where we might be at a higher risk, so potentially those fields that might have got a fall anhydrous application. Now, coming into this spring, I would say, before we got absolutely dumped on, we probably weren't looking at hardly any nitrogen loss because we had a pretty fair, mild winter. We didn't have a lot of precipitation, and then this spring hit, and then bam, all of a sudden we got a lot of rain. So keeping fields like that in mind, thinking about our soil types: are we poorly drained? Are we well drained? On our well-drained acre, more of a coarse textured, we're going to be thinking about potential losses due to leaching. On our poorly drained acre, so more of our tighter soils.
I'm going to have to cough. Got something up my throat or something. So anyway, continue.
More of our poorly drained, we're going to be at higher risk for denitrification.
Yes.
Another thing to think about is, did any of those applications that we've had this season, did any of that have a stabilizer? If it did, then we're probably safe too. So leading up, what I'm kind of getting at is leading up until now, well, I shouldn't say now, but a few weeks ago when the rain started, is we didn't probably have very many nitrogen losses at all. Okay. And so now, since it rained, then that's whenever we're thinking about, okay, did it have a stabilizer? What is our soil types like? Has it sat there ponded, saturated for quite some time? If so, we're probably at higher risks there for losses.
Yep.
If we have more of a sandy, coarse textured soil, and we had a lot of rain, potential runoff, then those are the fields that were at a higher risk of seeing those nitrogen losses. The good thing is corn will tell us whenever it doesn't have nitrogen. I mean, we see that symptomology, and luckily corn is going to respond for the most part to a nitrogen application in that case whenever it doesn't have it or needs more. Then it's probably going to respond potentially up until R1 if we need to be making basically a rescue application at that point. So those are just kind of all things I think about, and scouting, keeping an eye on maybe those fields that we think we're at higher risk on, and just keeping a close eye and being ready to pull the trigger. We're looking at corn now that's, consistently V6 corn.
Yes.
And is really starting to get some height. We've got 80-degree days here. We've got sunny days, and it's got all the moisture it could, and more than it could ever need to grow very rapidly.
And so one strategy that can be very profitable is making sure you have your truck lined up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The guy that's going to spread for you, the company that's doing it for you, make sure that they're on the books, they're thinking about it, and you're on their mind.
Yeah, I would say that.
Or they're on. How did I say that? I'm on their mind.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
So I would say that by and large, on average down here, that's a call that we need to be making sure we've got in place now.
Yes.
A lot of the corn, like I said, is approaching that V6 mark. Maybe there's some that's a little bit farther behind, but if that is the case, then maybe you do have a little bit more time. But I would encourage you to be proactive, get on the books, and try to get that lined up, or that top dress application, or be thinking about your side dress application if that's the form that you put on as well.
Yeah, and I'd just wrap this up with just one last point would be to, going down the application part, is mention to them the importance of the dry spreads of being calibrated and pan tested, so that when they're going out there, material changes, these humidity levels fluctuate, that product doesn't always spin the same. And last of all, as our corn gets taller, if we start getting to that point where it's starting to get up underneath the axles of that truck, they need to narrow up.
Yeah.
It's no longer a 70-foot spread or a 90-foot spread. This is a very much narrower. It's going to take more time.
Mm-hmm.
And they may have to charge more, I don't know, but it needs to be done right if you're going to have that right pattern.
Right, absolutely.
I've seen huge yield losses due to that kind of problem. So thank you for watching this video.